Good afternoon. This is the Stuyvesant Square Consultancy monthly report on jobs for the month of August 2019. We do these reports every month. You can read them usually the day or the day after we prepare them on the website seekingalpha.com, where we do the full report. I'm just going to summarize a few highlights here in this video production. If you're not familiar with how we do things, this is our chart that shows average weekly wages for these professions or job sectors. This chart along the right shows the number of jobs created in those sectors and each individual sector. This is the current month, this is the prior month, this is the average weekly wages. Overall, this was a disappointing report in that it did not meet the consensus estimate of 160,000 jobs. We only printed at 130,000 jobs. However, we also lost another 20,000 jobs from revisions. That said, however, I'd like you to look at this trend line. The blue line here is the current month jobs creation for each of these months. I'm going back a year now. This red line is the average 3 months jobs, and this is the average 6 months jobs here in gold. And as you can see, we started out in March with declines in the one that I think is most important, the average 6-month jobs. In August, though, as you can see, while we underprinted on monthly jobs, our average 3 months jobs increased, and more importantly, our average 6 months jobs increased as well. And the reason for that is that this May jobs report, which was dismal to say the least, it printed at something like 61,000 jobs, if memory serves, has pretty much gone by the wayside. Likewise, this other February jobs number affected other months. So what had concerned us earlier in the year is not as big a concern as it had been now. Right now, our biggest concerns to the U.S. economy, though, are mostly external. The Euro area GDP is up just 0.2%. Japan is up just 0.4%, and China GDP in the second quarter printed at 6.2%, the lowest increase on record. There is also declining consumer confidence, largely brought about, I think, by the constant talk of recession, largely in the media, and frankly some wishful thinking by the opponents of the current administration, who are hoping to talk down the economy prior to the 2020 election season. There are other possible black, or what we call gray swans, black swans being things that are totally unexpected, gray swans being things that we know about. We're waiting to see how they develop. Obviously, the no-deal Brexit, which seems almost certain with Boris Johnson. The Hong Kong protests may very well lead to a violent Tiananmen Square type reaction by the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, coming up to their 70th anniversary in October. such a violent confrontation of the students would undoubtedly ensure harsh penalties and sanctions, certainly by the United States, I would hope, and most likely by other democratic nations. And Hong Kong, Iran is another issue. Again, there's talk of a meeting between Rouhani and President Trump at the next UN General Assembly, which is coming up in a few weeks. I'm not sure what that might produce, and I have concerns that a failed meeting may be more dangerous to the current situation than a successful meeting. It's hard to tell. Also, not mentioned here, but also we have the issue with North Korea and Kim Jong-un. There were some reports that he was still testing intermediate range ballistic missiles, and those, of course, are capable of hitting Japan. Hopefully, that situation will be resolved sooner rather than later. I'm hoping perhaps that our discussions with China on trade can bring more pressure on Kim Jong-un to work with us and with the international community to diffuse his current belligerence with respect to his missile program. We first post our charts on the economic situation for both GDP and jobs, the monthly jobs report and the quarterly GDP report on our website under client advisories and flash reports here. If you go to our website, www.stuyvesant.com, you'll find us there. We post it first under flash reports. Then we publish it on our Twitter account, which is also at Square. Then we put it up on our LinkedIn account, which is the Stuyvesant Square Consultancy. Then we place it on our Facebook page, which is also the Stuyvesant Square Consultancy. We publish the full version of our jobs and GDP reports on seekingalpha.com, which you can have access to simply by signing up. I believe our reports are left there. Our jobs and GDP reports are left there permanently. We have some other stock items, inequities and investments that disappear after a short time that you have to access through their paywall. But the information is there and available to you. If you wish to subscribe to our mailing list, simply go here, enter your email address, your name, and we'll give you what we can.